In the summer of 2018, a youngster called Pavel Yakovlev found what looked like nothing more than a piece of bone. The 11-year-old made the discovery near his village in the Sakha Republic, part of the Russian Federation. But once experts reviewed the boy's find, it turned out to be much more than just an old bone fragment. The Sakha Republic, also known as Yakutia, is in Russia's far eastern region and extends for about 1.2 million square miles. That's not far off of a third the size of the entire US, which covers some 3.8 million square miles in total. This sprawling land has the distinction of including one of the world's coldest permanently inhabited villages, Oymyakon. A public thermometer installed in an attempt to attract tourists to this chilly outpost was shattered after recording a temperature of negative 79.6 degrees in January of 2018. How many tourists made it to this Siberian district before the thermometer disintegrated is unknown. In fact, our Pavel Yakovlev found his piece of bone in late June in the east of Idey in the district of Namsky. Idey lies some 60 miles north of the Sakha Republic's capital of Yakutsk. And while Oymyakon may lay claim to being the coldest village in the world, Yakutsk is said to be the coldest city. The first thing that experts from the Northeastern Federal University, based in Sakha, were able to tell the eagle-eyed boy was that his find was not bone, it was ivory. What the young Yakovlev had picked up was actually a piece of ivory from the tusk of a woolly mammoth. These formidable beasts became extinct through most of their range some 10,000 years ago, although pockets of population survived until as recently as 4,000 years ago. Its extinction was most likely caused by two factors: climate change and human hunting. Humans killed woolly mammoths for their meat as well as for their tusks. Even after its extinction, the mammoth's ivory was still used as a raw material for jewelry and ornaments. And Yakovlev's piece of ivory wasn't just a random fragment. The lozenge-shaped piece features a series of intriguing runic characters. The ivory fragment also has a hole neatly drilled through it, indicating that it may well have been worn as a necklace or amulet. The runic characters carved into the ivory make this a rare piece indeed. One researcher, Ninel Melisheva, told the Siberian Times, "Runes rarely occur on such things as talismans and amulets. If it's confirmed that this bone found in Namsky district is genuine, it will be a great scientific discovery for the Republic." In fact, the type of runes seen on this piece of ivory are more commonly found painted onto stone in Sakha. It's thought that the inscription carved into this ivory piece is written in Orkan Yenisei characters. The Petrov inscription in Yakutia provides a further example of this script. The Petrov inscription consists of a writing on a slab of stone with ochre used as a pigment. Archaeologists believe this inscription may actually be a message from medieval times describing the location of treasure. The writing has been translated as Pearls of the Tribe AZ. This artifact was found some 125 miles from Yakutsk. This type of Turkic writing dates back at least 1,000 years. The Goturk people used Orkan Yenisei script. Also known as the Blue Turks, the Coke Turks, or Celestial Turks, these people comprised a loose federation of nomadic Turkic tribes. They lived in Inner Asia, including Eastern Russia, as well as Western China and Mongolia. The Orkan Yenisei form of writing was used from the 8th to the 10th centuries to translate the Old Turkic tongue. The script was given its name after the Russian archaeologist and explorer Nikolai Yadrintsev found examples of it in 1989 in Mongolia's Orkhon Valley. Siberian nationalism, a movement dedicated to freeing Siberia from the supposed shackles of Tsarist imperialism, at least partly motivated Yadrintsev. His views led to a 5-year sentence of exile and hard labor from 1868 to 1873. In 1889, Yadrintsev led an expedition to Mongolia and there found the site of Hara Belgis, a city from the early medieval period. But what he found in the Kosho-Sidam Gorge in the Orkhon River Valley caused a sensation in the scientific circles of the day. Yadrintsev uncovered 2 stone monuments inscribed with runic script, the writing that was to be named the Orkan Yenisei script. And that brings us right back to Pavel Yakovlev's ivory amulet, inscribed with this very script or something very similar. And the inscription means that the piece he found is at least 1,000 years old. But what's the meaning of the writing? That's not a question that's easily answered. As many as 90 finds of artifacts with the Turkic inscriptions on them have been found around the city of Yakusha, but deciphering them is tricky and at times controversial academic pursuit. Researcher Ninel Malisheva told the Siberian Times, "A comprehensive study is now required involving paleontologists, archaeologists, and Turkologists. Academics at the Northeastern Federal University's Museum of Writing are working hard to unlock the mysteries of these runic writings on an ancient piece of ivory. But the archaeologists and researchers face no easy task. The work is complicated by the fact that there's a distinctly Siberian version of this type of script. Academics know about this from inscriptions made in the 9th century by the Yenisei Kyrgyz people. They combined a nomadic lifestyle revolving around horses and cattle with some settled agriculture, such as the growing of grain crops. And then matters are complicated further by other runic writings that are lately related to the Orkhon Yenisei script. Writings have been discovered in Turkestan's Talus Valley that may be related to the inscription on the Mammoth ivory. There's also possibly links with the old Hungarian alphabet, which dates back to the 10th century. So, do we have any idea what the runic letters on Yakovlev's incredible find might mean? In fact, in their first tentative attempt at deciphering the enigmatic script, some researchers think that the 1,000-year-old message on this talisman may simply be a heartwarming "good wishes."